And welcome everyone, Stormy Sensei here. How's everyone doing today? I was stalling for time while I waited for my game to re-download. Hopefully I don't need like a day one patch, since I literally just got through downloading it. Alright, we're good. I'm back. I've been out for a bit while out on vacation. Today's stream we're going to be starting back with some Final Fantasy VIII to remind everyone that summer is over. No more Smash during the week. But let's say hello to everyone here. We got I Like Pie, super early, before I even had a thumbnail going. Pink Kong, how's it going? Dragon Lord, Meme Man, Fat Penguin, welcome both of you. And your troopers, how's everyone doing? Let's see what they were actually saying. Welcome back, thank you. Final Fantasy VIII, nice indeed. Why is Final Fantasy X a good one to start with? So, the simplest answer is that it is not very complex. And it's like a good mix of modern tropes and traditional tropes from Final Fantasy. If your first Final Fantasy is something like 13, then it's not like, if you like Final Fantasy 13, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to like the next Final Fantasy game that you play. If your first Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy VIII, then it doesn't necessarily mean, if you like that, then it doesn't necessarily mean that the next one you play is going to be the one that you like. But with Final Fantasy X, if you like 10, then probably whatever the next Final Fantasy game you play is, you're probably going to like that one too. And it somewhat has to do as well with the opposite. Like if you dislike one, you're probably going to dislike the other. Like you could dislike 2 or 8 or even 9, for example, and still like the other ones. Final Fantasy X is a very middle of the road game. Alright, so growing up, I had access to both Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX all at the same time, because I kind of like got into RPGs all at once, and all of these games were available to me thanks to my older brother, and we didn't have the internet back then. So I had no idea that everyone loved Final Fantasy VII and that Cloud was everyone's favorite character, because Squall was my favorite Final Fantasy character growing up, because he's just so cool. Now, I don't know if I'm going to feel that way after playing through this game, because all of that mostly had to do with, mostly with the appearance and the fact that he has a Gunblade as his weapon, and the monotony that has to do with the Final Fantasy VIII early game, of like using the draw system and exploiting it to its fullest extent. So you get really strong really early on in this game if you feel like getting very strong very early on. So I have a personal affinity with that character. But for all that being said, I actually have not gotten very far into this game. Like, I've gotten to disc 2 twice and gotten to disc 3 once for this game. There were 4 discs in the original release of the game, so I'm not really that familiar with like a lot of the plot. I'll tell you when like my memory of what's going on in the plot is like fuzzy to me, and then I'll tell you when like I have no idea what's going to happen next as well in the plot. But this is a good one. I really like Final Fantasy VIII. I know that, before Final Fantasy XIII existed, this was everyone's least favorite Final Fantasy, so to speak. Not, everyone's least favorite, but like this was the, most common least favorite Final Fantasy. Granted, that's probably because most people didn't play 2 or 3. But I'm starting to think, as I get older and ask other people's opinions, that I just have like odd opinions on these things. Because I love Final Fantasy II, I love Final Fantasy VIII, I love Final Fantasy XIII. These are all games that people say are really terrible, but what do they know? Just listen to this intro. I like these character profiles coming in here. Final Fantasy VIII. I don't really like the Junction system. Alright, switch point of view, rotate, flee, map. Alright. Menu is X in this game, sounds good. Card game. Probably not going to do that too much. Battle boosts. So you get to cheat in this game. That's pretty cool. I might use it for... What would I use that for? Oh, no random battles? Okay, so here are a couple of things that didn't exist in the base game. The 3x speed by clicking L3, that didn't exist. The battle boosts did not exist. I'm guessing that the HP is infinite HP, ATB is you get your turn immediately, and your limit break is you get limit break. I might use the limit break cheat in order to show you a couple of really rare things when I get a particular character. I'm going to try to at least. Might have like a little 30-minute session set to just trying to make that work. But otherwise, I don't really plan on using those cheats. I don't plan on using the no random battles either, but I do plan on using the 3x speed extensively. You just started talking about cheating already? Hey, the game just put it, that's literally the first thing that the game showed me, is how to cheat in this game. Opening cutscene. So this will be the first series that I think that I'll just talk through all the cutscenes and give my original opinions on it rather than talking afterwards. I sometimes like to, in all the previous games, up until Final Fantasy X, I kind of muted myself during the opening cutscenes, or during all the cutscenes, just because like I want everyone to focus on the game. But you can just look online and find these cutscenes if you want to. Alright, so I usually don't have too much to say though. Now, if you had heard me during the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 streams, with all the twists and turns that came out of that... Oh no, it was Bravely Default 2 that I decided to start talking during the cutscenes, not Final Fantasy X. I still didn't talk during the Final Fantasy X cutscenes. My favorite weapon. Like, it's just so edgy. I love it. Square Enix, or SquareSoft as it was at the time, was kind of going through this phase with these two games, Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII. Like, I don't know what really got into them, but they got like hardcore edgy during these two. They definitely dialed it back with Final Fantasy IX, and like, you know, if you look at Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy IX, and like, you know, both of them are kind of on brand when it comes to the humor and like the type of action scenes that end up playing out for both of them. But these two games, they take themselves very, very seriously. I guess it was because they were like playing with the power of the PS1 for the first time. Oh yeah, so we've gone back in time now. Final Fantasy X was, as I mentioned, the first game to do voice acting. We're so far back now that we no longer have voice acting anymore. So be sure to check the resolution on your viewing device, because I'm not reading all this out for you. That's a clever way of getting that in. Tell that to Cypher. You want to be cool, huh? Well, don't get hurt in the process. Your instructor is Quistis. I'm going to be pronouncing it probably like that. I think I pronounced it differently growing up, but I'm looking at the name now and definitely looks like Quistis. And he just gets a scar. Like, how cool can you make this character? Dressed in all black with the fur and a gunblade and a scar and a troubled past. Squall, so we meet again. Who is this? Some of this really early cutscene stuff I don't really remember. I spent a lot of time just kind of grinding back in the day. She looked different in the cutscene compared to just now. Here's Quistis. He's already fed up with me. I feel like her hair color is like more light when she's like on the screen like this compared to in the cutscenes. I knew it would either be you or Cypher in the hospital. That happens. The field exam, alright. And now I have control of my character. Okay. She's already got me. I'm more complex than you think. And I'm sure he's got a very deep backstory. Forget it. It's none of your business. Yeah, she's good at her job. Some rumors flying around since yesterday. Yes, the field exam for seed candidates will begin later this afternoon. So these are all students at a... Well, I guess I'll let the game explain for you, rather than jump the gun here. Those not participating and those who failed last week's written test are to remain here in the study hall. Field exam participants will have free time until the exam. Be sure you're in top condition. Be at the hall at 4 o'clock. I'll announce the team assignments then. Any questions? Wow, that music nostalgia. Yeah, when I think Final Fantasy VIII, I just think Balamb Garden. Alright, we have control of our character for a bit, no longer in a cutscene. Let's catch up on chat real quick. I like the materia, that's Final Fantasy VII, and Final Fantasy XIII's magic system better than 8, but this system isn't so bad. I like the level of knowledge and optimization that you can come from playing with Final Fantasy VIII's magic system, and I also like how, like, you have to choose between using your strong attacks or keeping your high stats. So that's something that I really like about this game in particular. Give your Final Fantasy prologues for future viewers and newcomers. Yeah, I should probably do something like that. I don't really know what to do with that. YouTube has this feature where you can like put 3 minutes in front of whatever video they're about to watch. But like, I don't know what I would put there. I mean, I do go kind of on like a spiel of like how I like one Final Fantasy game versus others. Like, I did that during the opening cutscene, I suppose. But I don't know if it's 3 minutes short. I think it's longer than 3 minutes, so I don't know if I'd be able to do that. Hey there, Alex. Welcome to the stream. This game looks better than Final Fantasy IX, or am I misremembering? The cutscenes probably seem about the same. I mean, these games are really close to each other. They were both developed at the same time. So Final Fantasy VIII released in 1999, and Final Fantasy IX came out in 2000, I believe. I'm gonna double check those. So it's like less than a year between the two. I type in FF9 release date, and this Google gives me June of 2021 because they thought I was looking for Fast and the Furious. Like, Google, if you're going to like observe my every single thing that I type into the internet and keep track of everything that I'm doing anyway, you may as well like actually be good at using that information, right? So it was a little bit more than a year. February 11th of 1999 for Final Fantasy VIII, and July of 2000 for Final Fantasy IX. So they were likely developed around the same, they were probably in development at the same time, and so you wouldn't really see too much of a difference there. Oh, that's her last name? Trep? Treppy? I'm gonna say Trep. Or Trape? It's kind of like crepe, right? Aquistus Trape? Yeah, I'm in the fire cavern, have you? You won't be able to take today's seed exam if you don't take the prerequisite. Do you have a good excuse? Not really. He could have said I was in the hospital. But nope. The study panel. Are we waiting at the front gate? Alright. From your seat. Okay. I probably did not look at this study panel when I was a child. I'm going to look at it now just to show you guys mostly. It's probably just gonna be like combat basics or something like that. What a pain. This guy is so cool. He's way too cool for school. Is such a pain. Like, do I really want to... School Festival Committee, what is this? Huh. Gunblade Donner. I feel like that's going to be an important thing to keep track of. Trape groupie number 1. Oh no, they already have, what's it called? Trolls on their own intranet. I think I know who ZD is. Cafeteria announcements? Why is there so much detail put into this? Hey there, Chomper. Huh. Wonder what's up with the bugs. Oh, there's so many. I'm not gonna look at all of this. I'm lying. I'm going to totally look at all of Oh no, there's even more? Okay, at least it's okay, it just shoots me back to the top every time. Alright, that's no problem. What is a seed? Balamb Garden's mercenaries, commanding GF. They have special fighting abilities. They work in small teams and operate all over the world. Dispatching seeds. They're deployed all over the world. Their services are requested by governments and even civilians. Their tasks range from providing military support to protecting civilians. Students can apply after the age of 15. Passing the written test and completing the official mission are required to become a seed. Seed are paid according to rank. Alright, well, I guess that means that Squall is about 15 in this, since we're about to audition for that. I feel like that's some pretty important information. Like, I know that the game is going to explain that in cutscenes and by talking to people pretty soon, but like, we kind of just like, the very first thing that we were able to do is like get all this exposition out of the way. A lot of people's main complaint about Final Fantasy XIII is that they kind of throw out a bunch of terms that don't mean anything to someone that hasn't played the game. But if you just like read the encyclopedia, I forget what they call it in that game, but it always explains everything for you. There's our Cid. There's one in every Final Fantasy game. Oops. I meant to do that, actually. I accidentally took 2 pictures there. Cid Kramer. I'm gonna erase those real quick. Gotta keep storage space at a premium. Balamb Garden was the first garden built in accordance with Headmaster Sid's ideals and dreams. That means that there are other gardens. Oh look, there are other gardens. Look, here's Trapia. Here's one in the Trapia region. Exchange program between Trapia and Balamb. Alright. And then there's the Galbadia. There's some stuff about Galbadia. I'm not going to get into it for spoiler reasons, but if you look up the description for like what is even Final Fantasy VIII, like if you even go in the eShop, then they'll kind of say exactly what I'm not saying here. But there's some stuff to know about that. That's an important word to know. Between the ages of 5 and 15? That's crazy. You start this at 5 years old. Wait, what was that? Oh, in order to graduate, you have to be between 15 and 19, alright? Have the headmaster's approval. At the age of 20, regardless of graduation, all students are released from the garden. That's kind of cool, I guess. Because, like, by then you kind of know whether you're going to make it or not. Instructors and seeds are permitted to remain at the garden, however, seedship must be obtained before the age of 20. So, like, these are just straight up all children soldiers here. Work hard, study hard, play hard. Official accommodations to outstanding students? Okay. Seems very easy to be expelled. All skills acquired in the garden must never be used for personal gain. Refrain from committing any acts that may damage the garden's reputation. Take time to think things through before starting a relationship. That's a very interesting thing. Especially given that like the ages are from 5 to 15. And you have to be expelled before 20. There's an emergency exit up here. Alright, finally the facility room. I totally thought that they were going to give me like combat information, but they just like totally didn't. Oh, I already read all these. Alright. Oh, wait. That was only literally just about the garden. Alright, so here's some more stuff that, in fact, I've actually never read this one myself. This will be an interesting one. About magic. Paramagic. Magic used by ordinary people is actually paramagic. In essence, is a technique in which involves controlling energy. It's developed by Dr. Odin, or Odin. Odin? Dr. Odin. I'm going to call him Dr. Odin. He was the first scientist to research the nature of magic by studying a sorceress. The skill can be gained through proper training. However, with magic, it is difficult to achieve power levels that are comparable to conventional weapons. Wait, what? It is difficult to? However, with magic, it is difficult to achieve power levels that are comparable to conventional weapons. That's surprising. In almost every other Final Fantasy game, magic is like super busted. Guardian Force. So we've seen GF in a couple of dialogues so far, but here's what it actually stands for: Guardian Forces. It's this game's version of Espers, or what else would you call it in other games? Eidolons. What did they call it in Final Fantasy X? Oh, let me think. Oh wait, they were Eidolons, and no, they were Eidolons in 9. I can't remember what we called. Oh, Aeons. They were called Aeons in Final Fantasy X. So Guardian Forces is what Final Fantasy VIII calls them. A GF is an independent energy force. By combining it with paramagic, it is possible to control tremendous energy. Memory loss is a possible side effect, but it has not been proven as of yet. Okay. About sorceresses and magic. A woman who has inherited the power of a sorceress. Alright. The origins of the sorceress go back to ancient times during Hein's reign. However, there's no factual evidence. Thought they were going to give us more information about sorceresses here. GF registered under Squall are Quizcoatl and Shiva? I didn't know that, actually. Tutorial covers all aspects of gameplay. It can also be accessed at any time during the regular menu during the game. Take the written test to raise your seed rank. Wow, they are super serious about that, huh? You actually have to know your stuff. Alright, you got your HPs on here, and the yellow bars are the ATB, or your active time battle bar. Active time battles were introduced in Final Fantasy VII. Actually, no, that's not true. That was introduced in Final Fantasy IV, except you couldn't see what the bar where it was, so you just kind of randomly got your turn whenever. And then in Final Fantasy V, they actually put the bar on the screen so you could actually see when your turn was upcoming. But 1, 2, and 3, everyone just took their, like, you put in all your inputs, and then everyone took their turn at once at the end of the turn based on your speed stat. Commands are displayed when the ATB is full. You can move with the directional pad and press A to choose a thing. To use magic, use magic. Oh, so if you see the little box next to the magic, that means it is currently junctured, which means something. I wonder if the game is going to say that pretty soon. No, it's not. Alright, so items. Yep, GF, summon a GF. You can just do it however much you want to, which is crazy. Drawing is like super important. Casting is kind of useful as well. The thing about casting, I'll get into it more later. I guess I'll get into it a little bit now. I'll just say this. Usually if you're casting directly from an enemy, they're going to be resistant or heal based off of what you're casting from them. That may not mean anything to you yet, but, you know, you'll see. So there's your limit break. You get, like, this game has, like, quick time events for your limit breaks. They're a little bit more complicated than Final Fantasy X's version. In fact, I don't think they have any sort of special inputs in Final Fantasy IX. Yeah, they definitely don't. So just in this game and in 10, I think you do a quick time event. Press L to choose your target. As long as you damage the enemy, you get experience points. If you escape, that's new. So I actually have no control over the character right now. If you do the tutorials, you get GFs early. Yeah, I found that out now. I don't know why they keep changing the names of summons. Yeah, I think it's fine. I like it. It like means it makes it more clear that every game is its own separate universe. Final Fantasy VI limit breaks were kind of cool. They're so rare to happen, and like the thing about Final Fantasy VI limit breaks is that attacking was so weak in that game compared to just like casting magic. That like, why are you even hurt to begin with? And why are you using attack while you're hurt? And I mean, I'm like going to start eating my food as well. Oh, look, they're already spoiling GFs that we're going to get later on in the game. I'm not gonna lie, Final Fantasy VIII is actually my favorite level progression system in the whole franchise. Second only to Final Fantasy II, but it's like, that's just completely different. I like how open-ended they like give this to you. We just have access to all this from the start for the most part. Well, I can't speed up the tutorial apparently. That's so silly. Like, you have magic plus 20%, but you didn't even equip magic as one of your options. So, this is a lot of people's favorite side game. I personally think that it's kind of trolly, actually. We won't be playing much of the card game in this game, in this series, I should say. It's like honestly too difficult. And then there's like all sorts of stuff where like, you know, it's just so much. It's so much. B&D is nice from Bravely Default. This one is too complex and there are too many players out there, and there are too many total cards. We might, like, if we get the card ability, and I think I know about when we get that, then we'll probably like make cards out of the enemies. But like, actually trying to farm against players and get their cards the honest way is too much. So, poison is its own element in this game. Water is separate from ice as well. The status effects. These all make sense. I don't know what curse does in this game. Curse is common for a lot of Final Fantasy games, and RPGs generally speaking, but it usually means something different. Curse might lower my stats. It might prevent me from using my limit break. Also, I don't know what drain is. Drain might lower my HP over time, but that would be what poison does. Oh, but it would heal the enemy as well. Spirit, I think, is magic defense in this game. Status attack. These menu abilities are pretty broken, honestly. Like, this, you can break this game so much. It's so crazy how much you're able to break this game. Huh. I was hoping that they would tell me what drain was, but I guess they won't. Yep, health, physical attack, more HP. No, vitality is actually physical defense, actually. Magic attack. Magic defense. Now the real question is, if you have high magic defense, does that make you get healed less from cure? Because they said that magic level actually increases your healing. Yeah, there's experience points. Ability points, more important than experience points. So you can get magic from enemies in this game. And then you can use it in order to build up your own magic inventory, or you can cast it immediately. The effect of the magic on the target is random? What does that mean? Like, does it mean you choose a random target? Probably means you choose a random target. I think we got everything. Alright. Almost an hour in, haven't seen any combat. Phew, I'm done. Alright, let's see. That's a broken ability, by the way. That's a broken ability. These are obviously broken abilities. Broken, broken. These are fine. Broken, super, super broken. The most broken thing in the world. And then if there's like a way that you can break the game with this, but I'm probably not gonna do it. I'm too lazy. Yeah, we're gonna prioritize being able to junction first, obviously. And from there we're going to get stat increases, and then we'll get abilities. Final Fantasy VIII Junction is nuts. It really is. It's so funny how broken this system is. Should we be nice? Squall isn't nice. Is homeroom over? Yeah, you missed it. Oh no. You're late by like a whole hour, honestly. So this place is so much bigger than my last garden. I wonder if she's an exchange student from that other garden. I know that I just got through saying that Squall isn't nice, but it was convenient to me to give a tour of everything. Wait, do I want to take the elevator? Oh, it's too late now. I've already taken it. Okay, so here's floor 1. I wanted to see what was in the, because that's where the game wants me to go, to floor 1, which means obviously that we can't go to floor 1. I don't play, so don't bother challenging me. Unfortunately, there was nothing by walking into the camera. That's a nice elevator. I don't remember the Final Fantasy VIII plot very much. Well, this is the perfect channel for you to follow for that. Because I do typically separate out the story things from the side quest things. Well, this is it. Olive Garden's pretty big. Good idea to check where you want to go. Dormitory to the north. Rest and change there. Cafeteria. There's always a big rush for the hot dogs. We just got through reading about that. There's also a hot dog eating contest within the gardens. You can take the garden car when a mission comes up. The garden festival, the one that got canceled? What? Why are they talking about the garden festival? Did I read things out of order? Where is it going to be canceled in the future? There's a lot of material you can look up there, but the terminals in the classroom are a lot more efficient. You already know about the classroom on the second floor, the one that you were late for. Headmaster's office is on the third floor. Sid. I knew that one. Last name begins with a D, I think. Oops. Man, remember blocks? Man, so back in the day, you'd buy these memory cards, and you'd be able to save like only 12 save files to them. Not 12 Final Fantasy VIII save files, 12 save files total. So like if you play Resident Evil, and you play like Final Fantasy VIII and 7 and 9, and Final Fantasy Tactics, and it's like, well, you know, I guess you already chose what you're gonna save in this game or on this memory card. I kind of want to have some amount of progress done before the end of the stream. We're going to go on ahead and meet Professor Quistis here. This game doesn't really have quite more like secrets. Yeah, I kind of noticed that with Final Fantasy IX. After I played through the game, and I was like looking up other stuff, like other like secrets and things like that that I missed. I missed a lot of stuff. There's so much to do in Final Fantasy IX. And this game's pretty similar as well. There's like probably a lot to do that I'll just like completely miss. The stronger the GF, the stronger we become. Here's a brief explanation. Oh no! No! I guess I get to eat. I'm just gonna mash A through this tutorial with one hand and eat with my other. I honestly think that it's disrespectful. The game would think that I didn't already go through the tutorial by now. Some people don't find the computer station. I mean, I didn't find the computer station either, growing up, because I was probably just mashing through the text. In fact, there's probably a lot of stuff that I don't actually know about this game, even though I played through like a quarter of it multiple times already. There's like, at the young age that I was playing this, I basically just chose GF every single battle and just like blew through everything and then got lost for several hours. Like, I can guarantee you that I did not like learn things efficiently as far as like GF learning abilities. kind of like her teacher uniform a bit more than her standard uniform. East of here, alright. There seems to be a way to switch. Here, I think this is it. Nope. Oh, it just changes all this junction. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do this the long way. So I've always like thought of like having people be based off of or what's it called? Based off of their personality. So I've always had Quetzalcoatl on Quistis, I mean it's Q and Q, and then Shiva with Squall, S and S. It gets a bit more complicated like later on because I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, I did swap everything. So Quistis actually has my cure magic. This is the second thing that I think of as far as music goes. So the camera's controlled with the triggers instead of the right stick because, you know, people weren't that great back then at You still remember Squall? The R is the trigger. Pull it as you strike. Same for the Renzokin. Oh no, that timing. Oh, that timing's so bad. Check out the train tunnel. Alright, time to die. Every time your trooper says, hey, you should go to this location, usually means there's going to be a super enemy there. Cast both? No, I can't. As you can see, like, it's impossible for us to die in these battles. We're just going to, we heal more than they hurt us. And we have so much HP already. There we go. I think the stream died momentarily, but we're back. through? Nope. I was wondering if there was a way to cast multiple people. $311. Why do we have so much healing power? Has a lot of HP. Okay, I was wondering about that. So this is just like a command I'm able to use. Like, nothing special about it. I just press a button and this happens. And that was without the boost. Yep, way ahead of you. As soon as the item description said Quistis could learn Spiderweb. Diamond Dust is my favorite animation. This literally carried me through as a 10-year-old child. Alright, if I press both of these, then I get no encounters. And you say to check the end of the train station. Oh, is that because there's a city there? Alright, I can do that with encounters. If I go on the road, there won't be any encounters anyway. I don't think I ever entered this town playing this as a kid. Yeah, I saw that there was train tracks behind the city as well. I'm going to check that out afterwards. I want to take a look in this town since I don't ever... What's it called? Remember that's like a thing in this game. So if I keep another, if I get another spider web, then I can actually upgrade this weapon so it can be stronger. I am the Queen of Cards. I travel all over the world to monitor and enforce various card rules. I actually don't want to know any of these things, because they're not really going to do the card game too much. To hear that long story. I just wish something would happen. Famous last words. There's no resting at the end music. Or am I not far enough in the game for that to happen? Let's configure some things actually. I actually want to have this on memory and this to be on active. Always close up for the scan. This can be slow. That can also be slow. Did I remember it? Yeah, it did. It totally looks like you can go out there, but you can't. It's a whole, like, town back here. Pretty sure all of it is completely optional. Oh look, there's a draw point. You can barely see it, but it's totally there. Alright, go over the test you flunked the other day. I think I'm good. I don't need the company. Yeah, you didn't want to have a company after that. It looks like they don't have multiple dialogues. One piece of dialogue. That's fine. I actually kind of prefer it have they just have one thing to say. The thing I like the most actually, what was it? Xenoblade Chronicles 2, where they have one thing to say ever, but if they have something new to say, then they have like a special icon next to their name. Like, I really liked that because, you know, in Xenoblade Chronicles 1, each NPC had 3 things that they would say, and, like, they would rotate through. And at certain points in the game, they would have new pieces of dialogue to say, but you wouldn't know unless you checked. And I like not having to check. Chances I will pass the exam is probably 50%. Man, I don't know who this Zeldish guy is, but doesn't look like he's gonna pass that exam. This one you just have to check. Hidden gems. Yeah, we're just gonna miss a lot of stuff, honestly. Why does this room exist? Is there a... There it is. Well, okay. Well, now we know that there are, like, hidden things that you can just pick up off the ground. that I have to like run around mashing A. Why is it already like back? Is that cure draw point back as well? You saw a cat? Yeah, we talked to the cat. It meowed. Mashing on every square inch of every screen. That's how they boost the playtime. Over 10,000 hours of gameplay. The gameplay, though. Maybe it's just a draw point. Yeah, it's a draw point. One? That's just rude. So they sped up the animation, but the sound, they did not really speed up too much. That sounded actually awful. Really need to fight a caterpillar again. Let's go into the woods. So I can get some of that cure. If I get a spider web, that'd be pretty nice. Nope, didn't get any items. Unfortunate. But that caterpillar gives 2 ability points instead of 1. It's kind of nice. He was too strong. I wonder if there's any other enemies in this area. Oh, I totally know that there are more enemies in this area. If I go over to the beach, there's more enemies. Happened to Final Fantasy VIII's ridiculous encounter rate. It took me like a million steps before I ran into an enemy. These guys do good damage. Oh, I didn't want to cast. Man. Six AP, that's a lot. We're halfway through learning our first junctions. So, interesting fact about the enemy scaling in this game. The enemy is always the same level as you. So it doesn't matter how much you grind in levels, the enemies will be the same level as you are. So the challenge is going to come from your junctioning ability and your what's it called? Your level up command, or your like powers you get on level up. So, for example, I don't think any of these characters have one. Yeah, they don't. There's some GFs that give you extra stats when you level up. So you don't necessarily want to like gain levels too quickly in this game because they don't really matter. You're giving up on future stats basically. Did a lot of damage. Skill? No, it has nothing to do with skill. Like, for this game, you just press the GF button. Works every time. I get the feeling that like these early game enemies are such bundles of health because of the GF, the ability to just press GF and instantly win. Like you just do 500 damage to all enemies. Like, you don't really need to play the game at that point. Yeah, sure, I'll give all. And now you're starting to see some of the min-maxing going on here. I think actually lightning increases magic stat more than fire, but I just have so many fires that it doesn't really matter. So giving all the cures over for the stats, giving all the blizzards over because she's the highest magic damage dealer. Okay, junctioning magic. Now pay attention. Let's learn how to use this magic you've been stocking. Sure, it would be nice to learn that. This is probably the most important lesson in the game if you want to just like casually be overpowered. Technically, refining items is even more busted if you want to be like competitively overpowered. Honestly, this is such a genius system. I love junctioning so much. You can only assign one magic to a stat. I guess I'll review it. HP, strength, etc., whatever, yep. Your elemental defenses, status defenses, alright. GF stuff, still spoiling things. Gunblade auto Rinzokuken indicator. If you select Gunblade Auto on, it hits automatically without having to press R. Why would you do that? Perfect will not be possible. The indicator is on, or is turned off, then it'll be displayed. Yeah, I mean, definitely auto off. Yep, that's good. So if you get a perfect on the Rinzokuken, then you get to use like one of your specials, in which case we'd be using Rough Divide here. I don't know why we're at full health. We shouldn't be at full health. Objective, to obtain a low-level GF. Low level, that's crazy. They're gonna disrespect this guy like this. A seed member must support, that's Quistis. Should have saved ahead of time. Definitely should have saved ahead of time. Draw point right there. Don't have time for that though. I don't have time. So 2 bats, we're out of here. Fantasy VIII boss music. It's a pretty good one. Yeah, Shiva. You get a high score if you win with less than 30 seconds left on the clock? I didn't even know that was a thing. After I beat Ifrit, do I have to go back the exit, or what? I guess it doesn't matter, we're not gonna find out. He's gonna die. Because I can wait for the last 30 seconds before I exit the dungeon if I need to. I don't think I want to, like, scan him to see how much health he has left. I guess I could do that. It's kind of annoying. He has 300 HP left. That's so pathetic. HP left. $200 HP left. Alright. I could probably just sit at this screen the whole time, right? Oh, he still has 200 HP left. I like somewhat pay attention to the timing and whatnot. But we can sit here for like a minute. Did you just draw from me? Oh, I drew from him. That makes sense. I think I may have accidentally killed him here. His animation does take quite a while. Oh, he's dead now. No, I was too fast. Oh well. And there's so much to the Junction system, it's so great. You can have up to 2 elemental defenses. The damage only increases by 50%. That's like not what they just got through saying. If it's 100%, then I would expect for all of it to be ice. And for if you're 50%, I would imagine for 50% of the damage to be physical, non-elemental. Or not even non-elemental, just literally physical. And 50% of the damage to be ice. Percentage reduced to 0. And the star is going over 100% and you're actually healing based off of that. Well, now that we got that all squared away, we can actually fight and draw from the enemies in this area. It's only a temporary home for Ifrit here. Oh, this guy here. He does 2 damage to me, that's so sad. That's less sad. We got that going for him. Whew. Yikes, that's a lot of damage. Oh, let me make sure that everyone's learning optimal stuff here. OP, pretty much. Do I want to quick time event everything? I mean, I feel like the GFs are so strong anyway that we really don't need to while they're learning all that. Fires. Like, the great thing about the game is that, like, you definitely generally draw more than you use. You're basically in a constant state of just getting stronger and stronger as you keep on playing the game. Assuming that you feel like being meticulous about like what you equip and what you learn next and things like that. Draw failed. I didn't know that could be a thing. I've only played Final Fantasy II. I love Final Fantasy II. I've talked about controversial power leveling systems. In Final Fantasy II, the more you use your ability, the stronger it gets. So like, the more you swing your sword, the more powerful your sword swings become. The more damage you take, the more your defenses and your HP increase. The more cure you cast, the stronger your cure becomes. Oh, this guy. I love this guy. This is the one enemy that I was looking for. I knew this one existed, but I didn't see it yet. You level up your GFs, AP goes towards the abilities. This is no longer spoilers anymore. Still don't quite know what the compatibility is yet. Let's see what they say about the compatibility. We could actually learn something from this tutorial. $160 is a lot of ability points. The order of learning affects the GF's powers. Yeah, we actually didn't have Elemental Attack J earlier, but once we actually learned Strength Junction, it opened up. Or maybe after we got the tutorial from Ifrit, that's when it came up. Symbol of the first floor lobby. In order to change, you go to the dormitory. I don't think we're going to do that before the end of the stream. We're about 2 hours in at this point. So broken. Like, it's so easy to just do it. Let's off everything first here. Oops, I did not mean to off that too. So pretty sure that Cured is the strongest thing there. Yep, 772 instead of anything else. And the strength, I'm pretty sure, is supposed to be fire. 28 compared to anything else. Thunder actually was equally good. 18 for Thunder versus that, okay. And then for Spirit, probably would have been best for Cure. We're gonna do... You don't really need magic defense, you know? Not much does hitting us for magic. Unfortunately, we don't have anything to equip with our stats here. We don't really need magic, so to speak. Because we're just going to be hitting things. It's crazy you can just have, like, status defense. It's pretty nice. Alright, Squall is now unreasonably strong. Have you missed me stalking 100 Thunders? I mean, I just like stalk. Since you're able to like transfer things around, you just have like your weaker character stalk, and your stronger character attack. Or if you want to be even more grindy about it, you can have your stronger character stalk and your weaker character attack. And it's like you are progressing without like having to sit around and grind for hours. So you only really need like one person to be strong. That's kind of always been the case for most Final Fantasy games. We've saved, so we can be reckless now. Going into the training grounds. Now, I know there's a particular enemy in here that's like super tough, but I don't really know why else you would go in here. So we're going to find out. Silence, alright. It's fast. I'm fast as well. Why am I so fast? What? I just smacked him 3 times before he got a chance to hit me. There's a save point back here. Figure out what that door was later on. I do rather like this summon animation as well. That was a lot of experience points we got for that. Kind of lacking for blizzards. Like, why do I get so much experience points from this? Too much experience points, honestly. There we go. This guy. Ooh, that's a lot of damage. 100? He has over 900 HP, that's crazy. It's really taking forever for me to actually fight this guy for real. Oh, he's still on his feet? He's tough. I think the more you use the Guardian the faster it takes for them to like just be summoned, which makes it even crazier, right? Like, it's already this super busted thing, and the only balancing portion of it is that they can die like while they're being summoned. If you get hit, then they take the damage for you, and they can get to 0, and then you can't summon them anymore. But you keep on summoning them and they like are faster and faster. I kinda do wish I had the boost ability, because he probably would have died if I actually boosted properly this whole time. But I guess it's just like 1 extra GF. How are you still on your feet? That's crazy. I can only assume that because he's a dinosaur, he's weak to ice. His attack is coming pretty quickly now. So much HP, like how strong is this guy? I mean, I have 97 cures, or I guess I have 95 cures now, so I don't think I'm gonna die anytime soon. Still, so strong. At least he has a lot of HP, I should say. What were they thinking? You can use these so often. That is too powerful. That doesn't even give me like the next level, which is interesting. 10 AP? That was pretty nice. I like 10 AP. So obviously I think that compatibility is a good thing. I have 1,000 with Shiva and it like really makes my the bar goes down really quickly. I can only assume that's what that's supposed to be for. The higher compatibility stat shortens the summoning time. Yep. It goes up or down depending on the Junction ally's actions. Sometimes compatibility with a certain GF goes up while it goes down with other GF. Some items change compatibility stat. Oh wow, what is all this? They're like totally giving up all the information on the GFs. GFs can only learn an ability, a maximum of 22 abilities. Good to know. So I've only ever seen, well, I've seen all of these, but I've only ever owned the GFs on this first page, and I very often miss Brothers and Carbuncle. And Siren, honestly. You gotta be careful not to miss GFs, because that's the thing you can do in this game. Ping Kong, Stormy, I'm having too much fun with Bowser. Snow's this thing is too much fun. I'm glad you're enjoying the character, it's pretty fun. I don't think I want to fight two of these guys. 10 AP is pretty nice. But it takes a really long time to fight him. No, 33. I feel like there has to be a counter attack. Like I attacked him and therefore he used that, because my ATB wasn't moving. Hey there, Anlazar. Am I not able to go into this area, whatever this is? Like, why is there a save point here if I can't go forward? Must be a future thing in this area. Thanks for the like. See ya, Amazar. I wonder if I can just like draw from them and then run away. Oh, do I even want to? It's like sleep and silence. I guess I could draw some sleep. They didn't have anything special to say about the fact that I killed the thing they were running away from. I was hoping that talking to that sign would send me to the directory. Yes, I was told to fight the running guy. Pretty strong card. I don't remember what happens if you tie. Oh, that's awkward. Yeah, okay, so if you tie, you actually don't do anything there. That's why I didn't use Ifrit there. I was pretty sure I was going to lose. Of course, maybe if I used Ifrit then, I would have won. We took the caterpillar, but that's easy to get back. If I feel like getting it back. I wanted to go around there, but oh well. I feel like that was a pretty decent stopping point, even though we haven't really gotten too far into the plot. We got introduced to a couple of characters, we went through some tutorials and stuff like that, and it's like about to be midnight, and I have work tomorrow after a long vacation, so it's probably going to be a pretty busy day. Probably going to call it for the night. If you've enjoyed, be sure to leave a like. If you want to see more from me, be sure to subscribe. We're going to be playing this pretty frequently. Sunday nights, Monday nights, and Wednesday nights, basically. Maybe Tuesday or Thursday after work. We'll see. But yeah, we'll get back into more of this later. But thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time. Have a good night.